Welcome back, everyone, to episode 21 of the Mexico series. I know it's been a while. Um, Decided to go continue this series because the Russia vs. Ukraine series, in light of the new features in the 2023 version, I wouldn't be doing that series any justice. And plus, I would like to reboot that series in the 2023 version. So I'm going to continue out the Mexico series and finish it out, accomplish everything that I wanted to accomplish. So as you can see, there's another war with Russia, with Greece, Norway, Germany, and Poland. We're going to stay out of that completely. And let's look at our inflation rate. Alright, so that's actually pretty good. Growth is pretty good also. Alright, so we have $65 billion in our treasury reserve. So we're going to go ahead and pay that down for ourselves. This was 584 billion. Let's see, unemployment. That's actually pretty good. So let's build up some housing, or rehabilitate some housing, and do that. Let's look at our population. So we only have 55.4 living below the poverty line. That's not a good number, so I'd have to readjust the taxes on this. So let's drop that down by 0.8. Alright, China servers, concrete.
Here is our growth forecast for the end of the year based on calculations that we made last month. This is an excellent figure. Our economy is flourishing, our production increases.
Alright, our unemployment rate is at 4%. Alright, so let's go to taxation. And what we're going to do is a tax decrease. So we'll make this a business incentive. create that. And we'll drop this down by 1%. Alright, so that has 72% approval. Let's see what else can we add to this. Let's go to creation. Alright, so we'll leave that as it is.
Your commitment to defending family values is a model for the whole of humanity.
Alright, let's go to research and that's one more star into industry and one into the military. Now let's check our energy. I have 164 terawatts as a surplus, so that's fine. Let's take a look at our oil production. See where we stand at. Alright, so we are number 4 as the world's oil producers. Have a bit of a ways to go to catch up to Saudi Arabia. So we're going to increase our production. And then do another oil platform. So that will be completed in 120 days. Oh, that's not good. Atomic radiation, what happened? Alright, not 100% of what happened there, but that doesn't concern us. Alright, so with the exception of Bolivia and El Salvador, pretty much all of the Latin American countries like us. They don't love us, but they like us, so that's a pretty good start. Did I? So Uruguay, oh no. So we will bump that to about 20. Alright, so Cuba is secretly financing the jihadist caliphate. We're not going to get involved in that.
I would like to draw your attention to the shortage of men in our armed forces. It is not warmongering, but we have to maintain a sufficient contingent of well-trained professionals.
Okay, so let's go ahead and address that. Alright, so we almost have 135,000, so let's bump this up to 150,000. It's going to cost us 1.8 billion. Alright, biotechnology, what do we need for that? Alright, chemistry industry, or the chemical industry. Alright, so that's fine. What about the pharmaceutical industry? That's where we're struggling. Alright, so let's check the water supply networks. Alright, so let's bump this up to about 900 million. Synthetic fibers. Let's do 150 million for that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and privatize, nationalize tank factories. Okay, so where are we with auto production? Alright, so we're meeting our demand with that, so that's fine. Carbon nanofiber. What do we need? Coal and electricity. So where are we with coal production? We're not meeting our demand. Let's go ahead and make that 200 million.
The march has been placed, as you can imagine, under high surveillance. I won't dwell on the esoteric or cloudy demands that they have been reported to us. Just know that up until now the situation has been under control.
Okay, let's go to Secret Service real quick. Alright, so we have no terrorists whatsoever. Let's take a look at our networks. So Israel, no priority goals. Oh, their leader's not doing too well. Let's see, do they still hate us? they actually do. I'm gonna make a change of plans. We're gonna yank these guys out. And we're gonna place them in Bolivia. And we're gonna dismantle terrorist groups and do political spying.
The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed.
Alright, let's take a look at the inflation. It's still pretty good. We definitely don't need it to go back up to the 4% range. So we will just bump that up a little bit by 0.25%. Actually, no, that wasn't. We bumped it up by 0.5%. Yeah, I may have bumped it up a little too much. I'll just correct it when I'm able to.
The vote was held and the reform was adopted.
Alright, so let's take a look at the population. Alright, well, that is going down. And let's do that for housing. Alright. Do 1.8 billion for maternity. And let's go to media. And let's continue to build on the high-speed internet. So what's it in Mexico City? Alright, so we can bump that up to 88%.
The bill has been voted on and the law has been passed.
Alright, so we have a quarterly surplus of 31 billion. It's nothing to negotiate on for Germany because our interest rate is at 0. Same with the US. We owe US 20 billion. Alright, mastery of nuclear fusion. Alright, controlling. Alright, we are the first ones to have this discovery. So I'll go ahead and do that. Anything to try to bring more money in for us. Alright, general education. We'll go ahead and max that out. hiring 5,000 teachers. Alright, so let's take a look at a couple things here. Alright, heart disease has gone down. Same with neurological. Crime has even gone down. Auto accidents. Alright, suicides has gone up. Alright, so let's see. How much is that going to cost us? Well, really, we're going to need a few more psychiatric hospitals. Help bring down that suicide rate. And alright, so we're not able to build the tanks yet. Alright, well, again, I don't plan on going to war with anyone. Would be nice to have a stronger military, though, because our equipment is old and ineffective against some of the larger militaries. I have 10 planes being built. So let's take a look at... Alright, so we have one oil tanker port. Alright, so we have a port right there. Alright, so we have one oil port on this side, so it would probably be better if we Alright, so we need an oil port on this side. Alright, so that would be 6 months, so let's see what the economy is doing first. Alright, so we actually have 37 billion, almost 38 billion in as a surplus.
Our governmental cell informs me that it has had the opportunity to approach this potential informer.
Alright, let's go to Secret Service. We'll put our top guy in Bolivia once that network completes setting up. Alright, let's go to research and kind of bump up the cyber security. Alright, right back down to 31. Alright, so what else can we produce? Alright, so water is fine. Alright, so inflation affected the bottled water. What? Alright, we'll do that. Alright, so that should help out with purchasing power. Alright, women. Okay, I know what I want to do here. So we're gonna make this completely illegal. Try to bring crime down. And justice. So let's go for alright, first let me highlight that. Now let's go back to this and we'll spread that out throughout the country.
The march has been placed, as you can imagine, under high surveillance. The march has been placed as...
Our infiltrated agent is on site. His first report confirms that his cell is operational and has carried out some preliminary tests as...
Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and put our top agent there. And let's go to crime. Cybersecurity Task Force or Securities and Exchange Commission. We'll do that. And we'll add another 20,000 officers. So we still have a pretty decent surplus of 36 billion so far. Alright, tourism complains. Alright, let's go to service. Okay, air transportation, railway, urban transport, courier. Okay.
The march has been placed, as you can imagine, under high surveillance. I won't dwell on the esoteric or cloudy demands that they have been reported to us. Just know that up until now the situation has been under control.
Okay, so I think I'm going to end this episode. Made some slight improvements in the economy. Let's go to population. Alright, so we managed to get that down a little more. Still have plenty of room to go. I tend to try to drop this down to 10. How much is that going to cost us? Alright, so 12.3 billion. So we're bringing in 1 trillion in income compared to 483 billion with a 8.38% surplus. Oh, here's what I wanted to see. That's not it. Okay, yeah, public debt. Got that from 59% all the way down to 26. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode. You guys can let me know if you want to see this continue until, I guess, the 2023 version, or how many days does she have? Or once I complete this president's term. But again, thank you for the support, and I will see you soon.